What's up with it, y'all? I'm back with another video. I just got this pair of Starcraft Instinct trimmers from. I got them from a barber student across the way. I never had Starcraft. Like I never had no Starcraft clippers, trimmers, none of that. And the reason why is because I've tried these out like with another barbers, with other barbers in general. I've seen other barbers have them, and I tried them out. I got a feel for them, the sound, this, that, and the other, and they just never clicked for me. They just never worked. Like I never really liked what I just never really. I just didn't like them. Basically, put it simple. So. I never really got a pair of clippers or trimmers of Stylecraft. So, but the reason why I got these because the student had came in the shop and he was selling these for probably like $50. And but the reason why he was selling them so cheap is because he had a bad blade on him. So I'm not sure what happened, but the blade was just off track. So he was selling the trimmers for $50, and with a bad blade. So I was just like, you know what? I don't feel like there's too much risk, because I know these trimmers are, probably, real expensive. So I just was like, okay, why not? Let me just see what these are about. Even though I'm not a big fan of Stylecraft, some of the things I heard about Stylecraft, I heard some negative things about Stylecraft. And then two, just one of the reasons why I didn't really like the trimmer is like the trimmer, I didn't really like the way it feels too much in my hand. I mean, it kind of feels like a kid's toy or like a TV remote. It just feels. On top of that, it just feels cheap. The material doesn't feel like it's built to last. I'm just not a big fan of the material of Starcraft in general. And then some of the things that I've heard before about it, weren't good. So, but I just took a chance. The dude was only asking $50, so I was just like, you know what, why not? So I went ahead and got him from him. I got a new blade on him. So yeah, so I just went ahead and said, why not? Got a new blade on him. But yeah, I'm about to try these out, see how I'm feeling about them. But yeah, one of the other reasons too that I didn't really want to get anything Stylecraft or get any trimmers because one of the reasons is it's more like a preference thing. But I don't really like I know it has a good motor from the sounds of it, but I don't really like trimmers that vibrate too much in my hand when I'm lining up. I don't like that. I want some more still, more quiet trimmers when I'm lining up, and that's just one of my issues that I had with the Instinct trimmers. Just they vibrate a little bit too much in my hand, especially when you line it up. That's a real big thing for me. I don't like that. But like I said, I wanted to give them a chance. Dude was only asking $50, and the trimmer sounded like they didn't have any issues other than the blade. So like I said, I got the new blade on them, and I'm about to try them out on my arm, and then try them out on my face, and then see how much these are actually worth on the market. But yeah, let's see. These definitely some hitters, which I figured because I definitely hear good things about their blade. So I'm not surprised about this. I kind of figured that they got good blades. I don't hear bad things about their blades. I hear bad things about their motors. So yeah, I kind of figured this. The blade's solid. So I'm gonna try it on my face because that's like the ultimate test in my opinion, because I got sensitive skin. So that's the biggest thing, the biggest test for, when it comes to trimmers with me. How does it do on my face? Because if it does well on my face, then that's green light. Because I got sensitive skin. Once a trimmer that's too sharp hits my skin, irritation, quick. So that's the ultimate test, and I'm just about to try that out, and then I'm gonna let y'all know what happens. All right, y'all, I'm back. Okay, so I just tried these on my face. These is definitely solid. My only thing with these and the blade is that with my skin, I mean, there's no irritation that came from it for me, but I could tell from the way these felt on my face that you can only, it's only 2-3 taps in one area. You can't continuously hit the same area with these when you got sensitive skin. So for people that got these, I'd say if you're dealing with a client with sensitive skin, you can only hit the area maybe 2-3 times, because I felt it. I felt it the first couple of times. I'm just like, okay, well, if I hit this area too much, the irritation is gonna come. But the good thing is, I hit it 2-3 times. There's no irritation, no redness, but I did feel it though. I definitely felt it, but I didn't visually see it. On my face, I didn't visually see the redness, but I felt it. I felt the irritation. I felt the irritation coming. So I don't want to say I felt it there, but I felt it coming. So definitely with these, like I mentioned, the blade solid. I kind of figured that. I don't hear bad things about the blade. I hear bad things about the motor. But yeah, blade solid. These is definitely hitters. Only thing with them though, if you're dealing with a person with sensitive skin, hey, only 2-3 taps in the same area, move on. Because I could definitely feel the irritation coming if I would have stayed in, if I would have kept on hitting certain areas. But yeah, other than that, no redness. These clippers, these trimmers are the real deal. I'm gonna say they the real deal. They definitely the blades. Hey, the blades, one of the best blades on the market, I'd say. Because I have my hair cut real low, and even when it's cut real low, these is hidden even when it's real low. These is even on point, lining it up even when it's real low. So these is definitely legit. The blade, I'd say a solid I'd probably say a solid 9.5 out of 10. The blade's legit. Maybe you could because the blade came 0 gap when I bought them. Maybe you could slightly adjust it and pull it back a tad, like a smidge, just a smidge, because you don't just a smidge, just for sensitive clients with sensitive skin. I'd say just pull it back just a smidge. But other than that, these are hitters. The motor's strong. Like I said, my only issue that I had with these is that one of my main issues that I had with these. One of my main issues that I had with these is that that the blade isn't. I'm sorry. I done got off track. But yeah, one of my main issues that I said earlier with these is that I just didn't like how strong the vibration is with these. But obviously these got a good motor. The blade's on point. But yeah, one of the main things that I had with these, one of the main problems I had is how much it vibrates in your hand. But other than that, they solid. I feel like they are a good buy. I looked them up online. Online retail, these are going for about $229. So I only spent $50 for them. I spent $50 on the blade, so I spent like $100 total. So $100 spent on this, knowing on the market, this goes for about $229. So what is that, I'm saving $130, I'd say. But yeah, other than that, there's no other problems with it. I got a new blade on it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna work with these. I'm gonna see how how this goes for me. But I was a little skeptical. I'm still a little skeptical, but I'm gonna take these on a few test runs and see where it goes.